The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi students, welcome back to the class. Hope you all are enjoying and watching the videos. Last class we discussed about the condition of agriculture and the low level of economic development during the colonial rule, that is the rule of English East India Company. Now today in this class we are going to discuss about the condition of industrial sector as well as the foreign trade during English East India Company. Okay, let's start with the industrial sector. Yes, as we all know that many industries were established or existed in India during the colonial rule. Among them, it is handicraft is very important. But see, this handicraft industry was declined or collapsed during the rule of English East India Company. During the rule of English East India Company. As a result, what has happened? The first one is unemployment of Indians. Second one, lack of demand for the domestic product. Lack of demand for the domestic product. What is the meaning of lack of demand for the domestic product? See, the British or English East India Company, they collected the raw material from India to Britain and they made cloth or whatever it may be, and they were again it is imported to India, and here they are selling at a low price for the first time, and they imposed heavy tax on the products that is produced in India, that is cotton materials produced in India. As a result, what has happened? People, they demanded the foreign products, that is the product produced in British, and thereby what has happened? Indian products lost their demand in Indian market. Okay, see, British never allowed any other industries to develop in India. British never allowed any other industry to develop in India after the decline of handicraft industry. And they maintained monopoly power over trade in India. What do you mean by monopoly power? Kuttagavakasham. They maintained a monopoly power in India, that is in trade. Trade അവർ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? കുത്തക അവകാശം കൊണ്ടുവന്നു. That means they never allowed any other foreigner to engage trade relation with India. Okay, എന്തിനാണ് അവർ അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്തത്? What is the reason or what is the intention? Their intention was to convert India as a supplier of raw materials and the consumption of British finished product. That means they need the raw material of India. They will export it to British. After that, what happened? They made finished product and they are importing here and they are selling. Okay. During the second half of 19th century, apart from the handicraft industry, there are many other industries that is modern industry that started to develop in India. They were cotton, jute and textile industry. The cotton textile mill, which is dominated by Indians, were located in Maharashtra and Gujarat, and jute mill dominated by foreigners located in Bengal. So apart from the handicraft, this cotton, jute and textile industry were started to develop in India, and in that the cotton textile mill that is located in Maharashtra and Gujarat, and jute mill that is located in Bengal. See, a few other industries in the field of sugar, cement, paper, etc. were developed or established after the Second World War. Subsequently, steel and iron industry developed during 20th century. Steel and iron industries developed during 20th century. See, British, apart from this handicraft, many other industries were developed in India, that is cotton, jute and textile. See, this cotton, jute and textile, that is the cotton were dominated in Maharashtra and Gujarat, whereas the jute mill were dominated in Bengal. Why it is dominated in Bengal? Because of the fertile soil of Bengal and ample irrigation facilities, etc. Apart from this, cotton and jute and handicraft, that is sugar, cement and paper industries were developed in India. And the important among them was the development of iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries. The Tata Iron and Steel Company was incorporated in the year 1907. That is developed in the year 1907. The growth rate of industrial sector was very small. Why it is very small? Because of the limited area of public sector, that is intervention of public sector. The growth rate of industrial sector is very small during the rule of English East India Company. Why? Because the limited operation of public sector, that is the government. The government have no control over the industries. That is the reason. So till this we discussed about the industrial sector, that is many industries were established in India during the rule of colonial period. Among them, handicraft is very important, but handicraft industry is declined, and after that what has happened? It is unemployment and lack of demand for the product, and thereafter British never allowed any industry to develop in India. And after some years, some few industries were developed, that is cotton, jute, etc. were developed in India. That is, the cotton and jute were concentrated in Maharashtra and Gujarat, and this jute industry were concentrated in Bengal, and but the contribution of the growth rate was very small, and the steel and an iron industry was incorporated in the year 1907. And many industries were developed after the Second World War, that is paper, cement, etc. The drawback of industrial sector was the limited operation of public sector. Okay, I think it is clear. And the next one is India's foreign trade. India's foreign trade. See, India's foreign trade, that is, you know that British is the main foreign country that is had a trade relationship with India for a long time. That is, British, they were exported the raw materials that is needed for their industries in British, and they exported the finished products to India. So important trading partner of India was British. British, they restricted the trade relationship with other countries, and they possessed monopoly control over the trade relation in India. But India maintained a small trade relationship with Belgium, Persia, and China. In history, the important one is the opening of Suez Canal. The opening of Suez Canal that intensified British trade relation with India. ഒന്നുകൂടി എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? Intensify ചെയ്തു. British, they made a control over India's trade. See, India exported the raw materials that is needed by the British in their industries. In return, we got a lot of payment. But that payment is used by the British for their own interest, for their salaries, for their service in India, for their army and for their war. ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കൊണ്ടുപോയിട്ടുള്ള റോ മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് ബ്രിട്ടനിൽ എത്തുകയും ഫിനിഷ്ഡ് പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരുമെന്നും പറഞ്ഞു അല്ലേ. നമ്മൾ ട്രെയിനിലൂടെ കിട്ടുന്ന ലാഭം, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് റിട്ടേൺ അല്ലേ, റിട്ടേൺ പേയ്മെൻറ്റ് ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് അവരുടെ സാലറിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അവരുടെ ആവശ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടും ഉപയോഗിച്ചു. സി ദിസ് റിസൾട്ടഡ് ഇൻ ദ ഡ്രെയിൻ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യാസ് വെൽത്ത്. ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ വെൽത്ത് ഇവിടുന്ന് ഡ്രെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് ചോർച്ച സിദ്ധാന്തം, ഡ്രെയിൻ, that is what drain theory of Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji, in his drain theory, he is explaining that how India's wealth is moving from India to British. That is in the form of tax, salary, and etc. That is in the form of tax, salary, etc. to the British government. Okay, I think it is clear. Till this we discussed about foreign trade. India maintained a foreign trade with the British, and British could maintain a complete monopoly power over the trade relations in India, and that intensified by the opening of Suez Canal. And British, they were exported the raw materials to their own industries. In return, they were made a payment to India, but that payment is used by the British industries, used for the British officials in India. Okay, അപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചത്, ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ സെക്ടറിനെ കുറിച്ചിട്ടും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഫോറിൻ ട്രേഡും. ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ സെക്ടർ, മെനി ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ സെക്ടേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ എന്താണ്, അതിൽ ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ഹാൻഡിക്രാഫ്റ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു. അത് തകർന്നപ്പോൾ എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചു? അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെൻറ്റും അതുപോലെ ലാക്ക് ഓഫ് ഡിമാൻഡ് ഫോർ ഡൊമസ്റ്റിക് പ്രോഡക്റ്റ്, നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റിൻ്റെ ഡിമാൻഡ് കുറയുകയും ചെയ്തു. അതുപോലെ ഈ ഹാൻഡിക്രാഫ്റ്റ് അല്ലാതെ കോട്ടൺ, ജൂട്ട്, ഒരുപാട് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രീസ് നമ്മുടെ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിൽ ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാരെന്ത് ചെയ്തു? അത് മുഴുവൻ എക്സ്പ്ലോയിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടുപോവുകയാണ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായത് അല്ലേ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഫോറിൻ ട്രേഡ്, അവർ വേറെ ഒരു രാജ്യങ്ങളുമായിട്ട് ഇന്ത്യയെ കച്ചവടം ചെയ്യാൻ സമ്മതിച്ചില്ല. ടുഡേ വി ഡിസ്കസ്ഡ് അബൌട്ട് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ സെക്ടർ ആൻഡ് ദ foreign trade of India during colonial rule. So that's all for today. And if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you. Have a nice day.